So, hello and welcome to what is basically an informal video for me. I don't normally do these, so things might be glitchy, the sound might be weird, my cat might walk up, I don't know. Normally I script these and take my time and fix whatever goes wrong and whatever, but we can just do it like this. I just wanted to do one talking about the Security Breach trailer. And yeah, I'm Cthulhu's, and we can talk about it. I've spent the last year and a half of my life looking at Security Breach and going through and taking screenshots of it. I love the game. I don't care about the negativity around it. I just could not care any less about anything in my entire life. And I'm super excited for Ruin. Can't wait. The Steel will have just such passion for what they do. They're a small, close-knit studio with really great people. Everybody I've ever seen from that company just seemed like really great people. Yeah, and I'm just unashamedly positive about it. And Security Breach is one of the best games I've played ever. You know, most games don't hold my attention. That one has the dead mall feeling that I love. Yeah. So obviously when this dropped, I lost my mind. Just lost my mind. Was like, oh my god, it's Ruin. Can't believe it dropped. Really excited. Don't get excited about a lot of things. I'm pretty apathetic about most things. But love this. So what I'm going to do is, I think we'll just play through the trailer once, and then we'll go through and I'll pause and I'll talk about what I think about things. Yeah. So, yeah, and I'll probably talk a little while we play through it. Go watch it yourself if you haven't. I don't know. I mean, what's it at now? 2.7 million? And it was number one on trending on the day it was released. So if you haven't seen it, I'm surprised you haven't. But we'll watch through it together. Yeah. So, obviously, we've got Cassie. We've got the wee dippy bird. Recognise all these areas.
What's left of it? Don't have time to go into how I got here.
And Gregory's making his I'm lying voice a little bit.
Save me, Cassie, please.
Yeah.
It's so dark down here.
Roxy. Probably more endos. Puzzles maybe, which I hate, but we'll get through it. I'll get through it. I'll cope. Monty, Freddy, Daycare Attendant, Vanny, The Thing.
Don't give up on me yet.
Just a minute, but just a minute of gameplay footage, July, yeah. So, basically, I love the look of this. Like, I love these places. I am so happy it's set in the same place. You know, where we're in the same, like, mall, the same pizzaplex. We get to see it decayed. We have a personal theory that Security Breach took place when it was released. Which goes against the crazy future dates that people have for it. I don't believe that's true. I think it's really simple. I think the time that's passed between now, that and Ruin, is the time that's passed between Security Breach and the present. I think it's only been a couple of years. It's not super decayed. There was a fire. So I think the Burn Trap ending was the canon ending. Freddy's trapped and destroyed, but not because of the disassemble Freddy thing, but probably because everything collapsed. They made a point of telling us this elevator is only good for one trip down to Burn Trap. So that means that whoever goes down there isn't going to have a way back up again. So yeah. So let's go back to the start and we'll just go through it. Right. So, let me see, can I put subtitles on? Oh, they'll just auto-generated, whatever. Right, so, come back soon. Soon's gone. Yeah, it's come back now. we get to see the outside in the daylight, which is cool. Also, it's just being patched up with bits of paper. I saw someone say, "How this has ruined my immersion. These newspapers are too large." I'm like, oh my god, please get a life. Like, the newspapers are too large. It's totally ruined the game for me. This is the red eyes for the movie all over again. Again, I don't care. Like, the Fazbear newspapers were in the game. The textures were in the game. If it makes the developer's life easier to use them to make a cool scene, I don't care. Don't care. Could not care. Even a little bit less. Again, Cassie has brown hair. Everybody assumed it was blonde because of the lighting in the original poster. Again, they just make assumptions. Fan cannons spread. I never made any assumptions. I don't know what she looks like. She's got brown hair now. That's it. The lights are out here. We've got graffiti that I'm really excited about. I want to go have a look at all the graffiti. Every bit. I'm going to stare at it. And even though it's completely illegible, I'm going to try and see what it says. That'll be fun. That'll be an adventure for me. Also, this spelling of Cassie, it's an auto-generated subtitles as far as I'm aware. So we don't know if that's how it's actually spelled or if it's spelled with a Y.
Cassie, I hope you get this message.
This little dippy bird, I want to know who it is. It has a tail. Look, so this is interesting to me. So let's see if we can zoom in. Is there? I don't know if I've got a magnifier. Oh. There we go. I have no idea how it works though. Ugh, it doesn't. I don't know. Right, hold on. I think I've broken everything now. Right. I'm trapped here. Yeah. So what I wanted to say was this thing has a tail. I can't really zoom in to show you it, but feel free to have a close look yourself. Is it a monkey tail? Is it a cat tail? Is it a mouse tail? I don't know. It's just interesting. It looks like it's got trousers as well. Don't know how that got there. This is the kitchen. This is the kitchen with the chicken Alfredo bot or whatever. Where it's like, where the person's like, "Kid, someone asked me to make chicken Alfredo. We don't have it. I got fired. Haha, the bot can't make it either." But yeah. So I'm not sure about that. Like, why that's there. I feel like that's hinting at something else.
I'm trapped. Here at the pizza box.
I think that's the endo corridor because it had bins next to the vent that we came out of, but this could literally be anywhere.
What's left of it?
Monty Golf is wrecked. Yeah.
Don't have time to go into how I
think
got
that's
here.
good. Glamrock
You
Gifts.
got
Monty Golf with its. If you notice, there's more
to how I got here.
graffiti there. There's blocked off areas. The ribs have fallen down. I did these on my Twitter, so if you want to compare. This is actually one of the, what do you call it, utility tunnels. So this one actually has like, there's like stairs that go down here that are blocked off. Someone pointed out that pipe. I was looking at it myself, but yeah, so this is a Utilidors map, which implies they'll be bringing in some of the old Utilidors, which will be great if they do, because I love those maps. Especially the one with the hanging endoskeletons between Monty Golf and Daycare. But this one's great as well because there's an endoskeleton in the water. Daycare's in darkness. Don't trust Daycare. I think that's the sewers, but everywhere could look like the sewers at this point. Some more graffiti. Actually readable. Close forever. So this is like the "it's happening again" thing. Like, it's as if people knew something was happening related to the Pizzaplex.
It's so dark down here.
So that's the cupcake area that we didn't actually get made to go to in the game, but it was part of the game. So that's Chica's area. Roxy, with her eyes, her face is totally different. Roxy looks amazing. I love Roxy. Like, there's almost something cute about the frame that her endo was sitting on. It's just hilarious. Really, really cute. I love it. Cassie's hands are different. So she has green nail polish like Roxy, and purple like Roxy. I've seen people say like, oh, her nail polish is the opposite of Vanessa's. I mean, these are dominant colours in the colour scheme. It could be the case, but again, I'm like, we've got a 1 minute video. I'm not running away and making crazy theories. Like, the mimic thing got out of hand. Theories can just get out of hand. Like, you have to build them on what is actually there, what facts that we actually hold at the moment. Right now, what we hold at the moment is something happened to someone at the end of Help Wanted. We can all agree on that. Something happened to the player, whoever the player is. And then, thereafter, we have Princess Quest, which links the two games, so it straddles those two games. And in Princess Quest, we see Princess, who speaks to an old man, and she goes on some kind of adventure thing, while being watched by Chica at one point for some reason. Fights against weird rabbit things that want to drain her brain, bite her head, kill her, destroy her. She solves her way to the puzzles by splitting herself into a shadow self and another shadow self. The purple lights and the normal fire interact differently with her. She sees Freddy's office at one point. She finds the glitch trap plushie and the Vanny mask. That's the facts that we have. Like, those are facts. They happen. She's pursued by Foxy through the maze, which parallels Help Wanted. Is she the playtester? Don't know. So we have scattered facts. Anything trying to connect them is just a theory. Which is fine. Theories are great. But don't start saying, oh, I connected these two dots, therefore proven 100% whatever. That's not how it works. Like, we know these facts. They may connect to the game. We definitely don't have a foundation to build on from a 1 minute trailer where we get to see someone's fingernail colour and they're like, wow, that fingernail colour matches the Steel Wool logo. Proven, solved, 100%. Nah, that ain't how I work either. Some people might work that way. It's definitely not how I build a foundation of theory. Yeah. I love this area because it implies that the endoskeletons under the daycare have gotten out. And I hate under the daycare area. It's terrifying. It's one of the scariest places for me where the endos are just under there. Why are they under there? The daycare attendant's one of the most sinister characters to me. Like, it feels like it was probably the first robot to go a bit off. It doesn't have the same endoskeleton as anybody else in the Pizzaplex. So it's not built on the Glamrock endoskeleton structure. It's built on its own thing. Which implies it's potentially some kind of prototype. It's sinister. There's something really sinister about the daycare attendant. And the fact it used to work in the theatre prior. And then they moved it out of the theatre because of something. You know, where it was a Jekyll and Hyde figure. There's some kind of dark something going on with the daycare attendant. Somnophobia proved it again with that story where we have the orb and it makes people hallucinate, and at the end it's Moondrop the Jester that takes them away. You know, and the implication of dreams, and then we see Balloon Boy's arcade cabinet is in the daycare attendant's room. It's directly connected to the one down in Buntrap's area. It's very sinister. I don't see a lot of people talk about how sinister it is, because so much of I find it hard to talk about daycare attendants sometimes because of how overwhelming the daycare attendant fandom is, where they want it as a comfort character or some kind of beloved, fluffy, cuddly, will hold your hand and talk you into bed figure. Which they're valid to want that kind of fandom, but I feel like it stifles a lot of the discourse and discussion about the daycare attendant as a character. Like, I find it really hard to find any discussion of the daycare attendant as we see it in Security Breach. So I'm looking forward to a bit more lore on that. You know, the actual character of the daycare attendant and just more information on it. Because, yeah, there's so much to get into with it. And there's plenty of great stuff out there. Like, I really like Reslin's comic about it. Yeah, there's just loads of stuff to do with daycare attendant, I think. And though it was just a small character, I think they've really taken it and done more stuff with it. And I want to know why it has those endoskeletons pulled to its cause and why they're out. There's an implication that during the deconstruction or repair or whatever they did to the Pizzaplex after it closed, presumably in the couple of years since then, that some people got killed, because you don't put up do not cross tape unless there's been an incident, and it looks like there was some kind of horrible incident in that area. So I'm really looking forward to the environmental storytelling in this DLC, because I love the environments and they have extremely talented environmental artists. They have extremely talented artists in general, like colour, the richness of colour. Yeah, I can't wait. And it seems like we've got a lot of footage of the salon. And now I'm not sure if that means that the DLC will be focused in the salon, or if because the salon is a relatively small area, it's in a more complete state, ready to be shown in a gameplay trailer than perhaps the rest of the Pizzaplex is. Because the lobby's an iconic area, Daycare's an iconic area, but also fairly small. Salon's fairly small. The raceway is an enormous map. Yeah, so that's an enormous map. We've not seen Bonnie Bowl. So we've seen Monty Golf from some of the interiors. Bonnie Bowl I'm interested in because it's near and dear to William's heart, because Bonnie is his baby, kind of, you know, like Spring Bonnie, whatever. So I'm interested to see that. But yeah, I think the salon looks interesting. Chica's lost the whole top of her head. We've got a little crouch icon, which I think is cute. We can never see her fingernails here with the torch. So it's weird to me, because this looks very much like Gregory's appearance. But it could just be like a similar model. Oh, let me see that moment there. Let's see if we can catch it. Oh. Yeah, come on. There, right. So this is obviously from the website. She's got some kind of hacking terminal that she's brought with her herself. So we can assume Cassie is obviously a hacker. I think she's potentially Patient 46. I think that's who we're looking at here. We had the female character who was a phenom, who was amazing at stuff. Yeah, I think that's probably who we're looking at. Your mileage may vary. People's mileage always varies and ridiculous. Maybe she's the mimic. Maybe everyone is the mimic. Maybe this terminal is the mimic. I'm the mimic. You're the mimic. The mimic is inside all of us. I just don't care about the mimic, honestly. And just to be clear, for the mimic stuff, I love the story of the mimic. I think it's a really strong parallel. I think the tiger and the mimic is specifically meant to be set alongside the rabbit theme. I think we're looking at a direct parallel to give us insight into what's happening. And I think people have just said, right, no, now it's all the same. It's all in the same timeline. Everyone is the same. And I think that's diminishing the value of what we've been given. There might be an AI figure in the series. Absolutely. I think there probably is. I think Glitchtrap is an AI gone rogue. Whether that AI is also infused with William Afton, we don't know. But I also don't think it is the mimic exactly as we see it. Edwin is a analogue for Henry. Other people might think differently. People are really excited about this, get rid of William Afton and whatever. I like William Afton. I want to keep William Afton. I enjoyed the books as a parallel. If you try and roll Stitchline games, it doesn't work. I don't think it works at all. I think there's too many weird things that don't make any sense, that people are just ignoring, who potentially haven't read the books or just didn't pay attention when they read the books, or just really want it to be true, so are willing to ignore all of the things that counteract what they're saying. But that's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. It's not for this video. I'll do an actual video on it at some point. For the sake of Ruin, I don't see any evidence of the mimic yet. We do see evidence of this AI figure who has taken control of potentially one of the testers, who, if we take the mimic as a guide, might be using the voice of Gregory to lure her in to capture her. But again, that might be William Afton, because we have William Afton is obsessed with capturing the spark of life, capturing things that are important. He goes after Charlie. He sends the robots after Charlie in the trilogy. Is this a Charlie bot? people would hate it if it was. I kind of hope it is. I'm like, give us more robot kids. Make everyone really, really upset. Everyone is a robot. Show us Gregory. It's been like 5 years. Make him the exact same age. Make everyone really, really mad. I'm like, open Pandora's box and let the robot children out and piss everyone off. Let's go, honestly. But I don't think strongly one way or the other. I've got a minute trailer to go by. I'm not going to be making any assumptions yet. Until I've combed the game top to bottom, then I make my decisions on it. So this is interesting. She does seem to be trying to repair something. So presumably we want to connect these two. Is this going to be one of our objectives? You know, like set this up, fix this up. I thought this was in the fountain at the start of the game, but some keen-eyed people pointed out that it appears to be at the daycare statue, or there's some kind of daycare figure in the background, like this broken part here. Isn't Freddy. It looks to be one of the daycare attendant figures. Let's see if we can catch it here, actually. Yeah. So there's the little... That's what they said. So there's the leg. It's the daycare attendant's leg. He's got his little ruffle, we can see. So that makes me wonder, will the gold statues be points where we have to go to? Or is it just this one that's a point that we have to go to? But it does appear to be in daycare. Yeah. So just to correct myself on that. So I didn't see it when I first played through. We've got the salon. She's obviously got Roxy stuff, where Gregory's got Freddy stuff. Whether that means anything, I have no idea. Foxy tends to be associated with the Aftons, whatever that means. We tend to see it in the logbook. We tend to see it with, obviously, Mike's mask. William has Mango as his lackey in about 6 different places. Roxy's a wolf, not a fox, but William made Twisted Wolf. That's the only place we see a wolf. Yeah, so iconography-wise, we're looking at something that could be linked to the Aftons. It might just be that she likes Roxy. Simple as that. Who knows? We'll find out. It could just be that she really likes Roxy and they wanted to do Roxy-themed stuff because people like Roxy. Whatever. That bit smashed up. I'm trying to remember where that is. I've recognised that corridor, but I'm like, it's just so blocked off. That's the smashed up staff bots that we see in Monty's room and the Endo nursery, where they've tore up staff bots. That's one of the that's actually one of the hallways, one of the security rooms. I recognise it. We've got Monty, who still has no legs and now looks worse than ever. And he's mostly teeth now. That's the Monty Golf walkways, which are now completely wrecked. Again, like, whatever happened down underneath when everything started to collapse. So everything started to collapse down in the basement. It has collapsed parts of the Pizzaplex. So none of the other endings end with a massive collapse. So we have to assume that the Von Trapp ending is probably the correct one. There might have been other things. Maybe one of the other endings is true. Maybe that's the twist. Maybe the collapse happened anyway. You know, we see all there's a sinkhole under Roxy Raceway. Everything's fallen down. Give it a couple of years, maybe it would have fallen down anyway. I don't know. So again, I'm not making any... reserve my judgment at this point. Someone pointed out that there's a autosave here. That might change between now and the final. Looks fine. Nothing wrong with it. I just mean it might change. Sometimes things change during development and they seem to be in the last legs of development. Yeah, Chica in the Cupcake Factory. Interesting that we appear to be through the wall in the Cupcake Factory. There is actually a sealed doorway up at the far left-hand side of that room. But this is somewhere else. So, yeah, again, we're looking through into it. Presumably from... I think the nearest part to it is I think it's above Monty Golf. Again, it's just from memory. I could be wrong. There's Monty. The fact that she manages to hold Monty's jaws open is terrifying. Like, she's a child. But again, that's, yeah, I guess that's actually correct. What is it? Oh no, it's crocodiles or gators. Like, if you hold their mouth closed, they can't open it at all. They're all bite strength. They can't open their jaws. That's why they use, like, bands to, like, keep their jaws shut. Like, for gators and crocs, they've got no muscle to open their jaw back up, so you can just hold it closed and they're like, oh no. But this is the opposite. So she's just a really strong child. Robot child? I just like annoying people. I don't care if she's a robot or not. She might just be a kid. I just think it's really funny how mad people get about the robot kids, and I really hope it's true. Love those endoskeletons. I could just look at endoskeletons all day. I'm like, look at all those details. Someone was nitpicking, like, the normal maps on his fingers or something. I'm like, oh my god, it's a gameplay trailer of an alpha, like, well, beta, alpha, whatever version of the game. Chill, you know? Just seriously. Chica. Freddy's under rubble on top of a bunch of staff bots. So, something collapsed on top of Freddy. Like, he's messed up. His foot's backwards by the looks of it, because there's his knee. Yeah, here's his knee. This is his knee joint. That's the Glamrock Endo knee joint. He's got the support rings that Burntrap has inside his legs. It's cool to be able to see those now. That's the front of his foot. So his foot's backwards here. Yeah, so he's messed up. So I'm assuming he'll look like Shattered Freddy. Whether he'll be on our side or not, anyone's guess. Yeah, Roxanne holding her arm. Wow, that would be dangerous. She doesn't look aggressive there though. She's kind of like holding her. Again, she's blind though, so maybe she doesn't know what she's holding. I love Daycare Attendant. Look at this lad. And I love him, and I want him to be as horror as possible. Whole respect to the Daycare Attendant simps out there. I'm an Afton simp. Absolutely. Full respect to you guys. You guys keeping your, like, doing what you're doing. I just don't, it's not for me. But what I love is Daycare Attendant as a horror figure. Like, look at this. Like, we get to see how he changes colour. It's like some kind of lighting illusion, like illusion disc projection or something. Yeah, we get to see his endoskeleton with his, like, fingers. His, like, wiggly fingers. Oh, I love it. The hat. The rays of the sun, the fact that he has endo teeth under his teeth, fantastic. Like, that's awful. I hate that, and it's fantastic. Totally different from Glamrock Endo again. Implies he's some kind of proto-endo or something like that. Where did he come from? Who built him? He doesn't look like anything we've seen before. I love it. I just love it, and I want to see 100% more horror content of Daycare Attendant because he's terrifying. Yeah, and everybody's saying Eclipse. We don't have a name for him yet, but yeah, fantastic. The Vanny mask. She puts the Vanny mask on. It looks like AR, so it looks like we'll have some kind of AR. Maybe we'll have alternate versions of certain maps where we can see things slightly differently. We can see there's, like, this is the circuit type lines that we see on the rabbit creature at the end. So it makes me think that we'll potentially fight that in an alternate reality universe, I would assume, because we see those markings here. So I think partially she's fighting the animatronics and the Pizzaplex, but it looks like she might also be trying to fight whatever has infected the Pizzaplex at the same time. So that would be my assumption, because it's in the systems. Gregory didn't touch it or interact with it. We did see a weird thing where he could see things that the animatronics couldn't, which implied there was some corruption. Obviously their personalities are corrupted. There's something going on there. The story GGY implies that Gregory knows about something to do with what is controlling things. We've got the storyteller, which is the AI representative. So, yeah. So there's some kind of AI going on in the Pizzaplex systems, established in AR, carried through Princess Quest, foreshadowed and paralleled in the stories. There's a good, strong direction that we're going in, and I think they're going to bring in the AR parts for this, which I'm really excited about. I love old school like Tron style, like let's go in and fight, like literally fight the programs, you know. It's good stuff, it's delicious. Very 80s again. Tron, when did Tron come out? You know, they've definitely like really paid attention to the source material, really paid attention to the era. As someone who grew up in the 80s and 90s myself, I just love this series. It's got so much love and nostalgia put in it, and I can't wait to see these parts. Because you can see those like polygons, like a polygon donut type thing in the background here. Someone said this is glitter glue, which I thought was cute. The glitter glue clouds. Yeah, so that's a feature that I'm very excited about, that we only got a tiny look at. Sorry, my OBS keeps crashing with this guy, which is really funny to me. You know, like, he's a glitch. He keeps breaking my shit. What I'm saying is, he's foreshadowed in Princess Quest, 100%. The big blob at the end, it splits apart, it glitches into pink and green, the same way this guy does. He's obviously foreshadowed through the creatures with the white eyes in Princess Quest. Everything about him is foreshadowed in Princess Quest. So people who are like, it's the mimic, I'm like, again, yes, it's the mimic in the sense that it's probably an AI creature. That's it. That's all we know. You know, like, it's not a robot that we can see right now. You know, like, it might not even exist in the real world. Right now, what we know is it's a direct line parallel from Princess Quest to this thing, whatever it may be. And whatever it may be, we've got every inclination to think that William Afton is involved, because we had the I always come back at the end. Whether that's an artificial intelligence mimicking him, but not the mimic, that still remains to be seen. But yeah, I think this thing is in the code of the Pizzaplex, and maybe why some things are still working and why the animatronics are still running around and whatever. Yeah. So this guy I'm really excited about. I cannot wait to draw him. I can't wait to interact with him. I hope we get to see Burntrap again. I hope we get to see DJ Music Man again and see if he's wrecked. There's tons of stuff I can't wait to see. But this guy obviously has my attention because he may be Afton adjacent, and I love a good bit of Afton in my life. Gorgeous design. I love a bit of circuitry. I really love the square eyes. Obviously, clear parallels with RFQ, whatever, like Shadow Bonnie. He's a shadow rabbit. He's intangible. He's potentially, again, is he related to the Nightmare? Because we see Nightmare through the Pizzaplex previously. In the background, he was always foreshadowed. He was always there. Me and Shock have a huge theory that we'll talk about eventually, related to the identity of Shadow Bonnie, how it links into the Security Breach, all that stuff. But right now, just from this trailer, super excited, really stoked about how cool this character looks. Can't wait to draw them. Yeah.
Don't give up on me yet.
The music for this trailer, amazing. Absolutely love it. Totally biased. I don't know if it was Leon Riskin who did it, because that would explain my absolute bias. But Shell in the Pit is great as well. But Leon's stuff is it's just right up my street. The only other thing I can think about to talk about is, I guess, what they say, you know, where Gregory is putting on what I call his lying voice, where he's like, my name is Gregory, or whatever. He's like, I hope you get this message. I'm trapped here at the Pizzaplex. What's left of it? I don't have time to go into how I got here. And again, he knows her from somewhere. Again, and for me in my heart, I'm like, is it the twins? Is it Sammy? Is it, you know, but who knows? Like, it could be anything. Could be any relation. Like, where did he meet her? Who knows? You gotta help me out. It's dark down here. Yeah, and she's like, Gregory, run. Yeah, for me, I'm just like, what is the relationship between these two characters? Where did they meet previously? We have plenty of character established, like character relationships that could be related to this. Might not be. I am so excited. I can't even talk about how excited I am about this game. Even just to get to walk around the Pizzaplex with everything slightly different. I'm like, show me your vision for this place, Steel Wool, and I won't be disappointed. Like, other people will always find things to piss and moan about, like the red eyes in the movie that probably aren't even in the whole movie. It's probably a red herring because Scott's a troll, but whatever. I don't care if people find stuff to complain about with this. Like, oh, it's not scary enough. Oh, the AI is weird. Oh, blah, blah. I don't care. I'm going to have a great time. And I cannot wait to play this game and take a million screenshots of it and draw every character and speculate over every inch of it and look at all the graffiti and just have a good time. I'm here for a good time. I love FNAF and I cannot wait to play Ruin. And that's all there is to it for me. Can't wait to play it. Look forward to playing it and talking about it with the people who actually love this game and love what it does. And just thanks to Steel Wool for making it. You guys are excellent. And yeah, I've probably rambled long enough, but I'm so excited about this trailer.